everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I'm out here today with the HGLRC Talon. Now this is brand new on the market. It's under 250 grams. It has 2-inch props and those 2-inch props have 5 blades on them. And if you look at how cool the body looks, it is injected molded plastic, metal, and carbon fiber all meshed together. That means if you destroy this thing by crashing it at super high speed into pavement or concrete, well, you just replace the molded body and it looks like this once again. It does have pretty LED lights on the arms, and those lights go from red when the motors are not armed to bright green when the motors are armed. It uses a top-mounted 4S LiPo battery, and let me show you the batteries that are recommended. So on this side, this is a 650 milliamp hour 4S LiPo, which is the lowest they say to use, and on this side is an 850 4S milliamp hour LiPo, which is pretty much the maximum size they say to use. Obviously, if you want to use larger batteries, you can. There's no problem in doing so. They're just saying weight-wise, you know, go to 850 and everything's nicely balanced. It does come with a camera mount, so you can add an external camera if desired. I'm looking at the motors and they are 5,500 kV. Now it does come in 2 camera versions. You can get it in the DJI-03 camera system like I have here, which is the most expensive, or you can get it in analog. If you get it in the analog system, the VTX in the back pumps out 800 milliwatts. That's an awful lot of power. And let me also say that HGLRC says this has a very simplified manufacturing process to it, since it's molded plastic, carbon fiber, and metal just meshed together, that they were able to reduce the price. So this is not very expensive. It's very affordable. If you want to buy the analog version, it's about $149 US, I think. It's pretty decent. So my plan today is take this out for a flight around my area. There's a lot of people going to work, going to school. I'm at a bus stop. I have a football field over here. I have a playground over there. So I have a lot to fly around, but I have to avoid humans. But here we go. For my flights, I'll be using the Radio Master Pocket to control the drone, and since it is digital, I have the DJI goggles too. It is a Monday, so lots of people are out and about, so we have to avoid them. Here we go, lots of noise around me. Let's take off. Going up and buzzing forward. This is my initial flight. What do I think? I don't know. I'm just buzzing along here, trying not to hit myself. Go over here, city bus. City bus going, city bus stopping to pick somebody up. I'm not really sure, are they? Well, I don't want to drive over the driver, so I better turn soon. There we go. Come back to me. Over here. Bus down. It seems to be quite fast. It's much faster than I anticipated. All right, so let's do some exploring. I have to watch out for all this water below. We had rain and the rain has stopped, and that's why I'm out. The sun is coming out. Anything over here? No activity here. Oh, I do see a little guy over there. He's buzzing around the field, doing his morning job. Somebody over on the side picking up garbage. This guy's over here. He's probably wondering what the heck is coming at him. Nobody's on the field. I guess there's going to be a game coming up, so they're getting it all ready. Let's go over to the bus stop where all the drivers hang out. Over here. Go around them. There's a bus getting ready to go. And let's go back this way. Come back over to me. All right, so far it's so good. It's a good exploration quad, but it is kind of quick. It's a little quicker than I expected. I was expecting something to be a lot slower, but this one here really boogies. So let's do a fast forward flip. All right, I guess what I should do, let me just go slow. I'm just gonna test out the slowness around me. It should be in the camera. I'll just bring it over slow and I'll almost hit the camera. Coming over to it, coming over to it, coming over to it, and just move to get out of the way of the camera. All right, so let's do some farther exploration with this baby. All right, so let's go over to the little park area over here. I'll try not to hit any people. I usually get joggers and walkers out in the morning. It is, once again, I'm gonna say it, it's very fast for what it is. I didn't expect it to be this fast. Well, there's a walker there, so I gotta go up over here. There's some sort of city workers down there working on that. And let's bring it back over this way. Gonna be very careful with this because since it's going so fast, I could ram into something in seconds without even noticing it. Come back this way, go through here. You know, Missed that tree branch. Just missed that tree branch. What are these guys picking up? I'm not really sure. Go this way, over here. City worker down there. Buzz by him. Go this way. Well, I guess the good thing with this is it's so fast that by the time people wonder, what the hell was that just went by me, it's gone. There's a car coming off to my right. Go this way. This is a fun little quad. Like, I really like it because it's very fast. I like fast quads, but if you wanted to explore with this, you're doing fast exploring. And I don't have the camera tilted up that far. I might have to land it. I think what I'm gonna do is a second flight, I'm gonna land it and put the camera directly forward so I can get a lot slower flight, because right now it's way too fast. Oh, I have 3 buses now. Let's go this way. I think one of them is moving. Or I hear something moving. Nope, they're both there. All right, let's come around. This guy's still here, still waiting. But I hear the sound of a bus coming. There's, oh, there it is right there. I'll get it out of the way. Okay, you have right away, bus. I'm kind of small, you're kind of large. That's good. Let's go back this way, over here. And, wow. I'm impressed. I am impressed. I'll do a victory, I'm impressed roll. There we go. Victory and I'm impressed roll. And once again, let's just pop out quickly over to the field. Oh, I see my battery's getting low, so yeah, I gotta leave the field and come back, or this guy's gonna run me over with his little lawnmower thing there. Okay, coming back as our battery's getting low. I'm just gonna change the angle of the camera and do one more flight. So where am I? I'm right over here. I'll just slow her right down, try not to land in a puddle. Come over to my camera as best I can. Slow down, Tex Cowboy. There we go, over here. Smashed into the legs of my camera. So this is what I mean about the speed and the angle of the camera. You can, I don't know if you can make it out in here, but my camera was not at a super high angle up. It is up, but it's not super high up, and this thing was just booting it. Because in order for me to fly straight or see straight, I have to tilt it. In my goggles, I'm tilting it to look straight, and when I tilt it, I'm probably only tilting it maybe this much, but it was just boogieing. So let me see if I can put the camera down. My worry is, this is my worry, but we're gonna find out. If I put the camera down, see this chin? Is the chin gonna show up in the video? Because it is wide angle, the image, so I don't know. Okay, we'll see this now. I've got the camera down. I've got the camera down almost straight, but you could see it almost falls into that chin. Let's go see what the image looks like. Okay, moment of truth. Do I see that chin looking through the goggles? Well, in my goggles, I don't see the chin, but I don't know in the video. In the video, you might see it, so I don't know. Anyways, I should be able to fly much slower now. So let's try this. I'm in acro mode still. Up. And go up. Okay. So now that the camera, I've got it looking almost straight forward. Yeah, look at this. I can fly super slow. Look at this. So now if I want to go fast, I'm going to be looking at the ground as I go fast. Yeah, exactly. So it was cool before, but I can go slow around objects as long as I'm paying attention to where I'm going. So for example, let me just go this way, follow this little path if you want. Nice and low, and not worry about crashing into anything because I'm actually the one moving it forward at high speed here. There's our little guy back there, and now I should be able to go slow around him. He's probably gonna wonder, who is this nutcase that keeps on flying around me? But yeah, here I am right here, nutcase behind you. You won't hear me at all, but anyways. So, he's got headphones on too. So hopefully in the video, the chin is not showing up. If it is, it will be at the bottom of the screen. All right, I'm pretty impressed with this little baby. I like it, I like it, I like it. It's very good for exploring. Try not to slam into the bus and the passengers. It's a pretty cool, decent little quad. Going back, let's go this way. Hey passengers. Alright, so let's bring it on back and I'll take it nice and low to the ground over the water. Watch me thunder it in the water here. Just destroy it just before I bring it back. I'm going to try to get it low. I don't want to get it too low, but I'm low. There we are. Hey landing pad, do you see me? I'm coming over. And there we are. So what can I say? I really like this quad. I guess the next thing I want to show you is what you get in the box if you buy this baby, so check it out. This is the box the Talon comes in. Inside the box you'll find the Talon and accessories. The first thing you'll notice is the high-end construction, and you'll be happy to note that the Talon arrives fully assembled. If you're a newbie to the FPV hobby, you'll appreciate that HGLRC place stickers all over the drone to help you out. My Talon has the DJI-03 camera, video transmitter heatsink unit, DJI long-range antenna, and the micro SD card slot and USB-C port can be found below this rubber cover. Up front is the location for the external camera mount. A set of spare props are included, as well as a battery strap, extra screws and a binding tool, a QR code to a basic manual, and finally a set of stickers. With the recommended battery, the drone is still under 250 grams. Alright, you're back to me and I'll tell you a few more things about the Talon before I give you my positives and negatives. First off, the Talon is available with two types of receivers, so you can get ELRS 2.4 or TBS Nano. And as already mentioned in this video, you can get it with either the DJI-03 camera or an analog camera. Now, since you can put an external camera on it if you wish, it does have two separate PID tunings, so you can change the PID tunings in Betaflight Configurator. It comes out of the box ready to go without a camera, so it's tuned for that. But if you put a camera up front that has a little bit of weight on the nose, you just change the PID tunings to the PID tunings with the camera up front. The workings inside would be an F4 Evo flight controller. It does have a 15 amp ESC with a max amp power of 18 amps. And of course, like all drones, it has a gyro in it, and this one's got the MPU 6000. It also has a finder beeper in case you lose it. Let me show you quickly. So if you lose the drone, just turn on the beeper. And then hopefully you can locate it. It does have LEDs on the arms, two red ones, and if I arm it, they will turn green. There it is. See the green? Ooh, that wants to go. So now let me give you my positives and negatives of the HGLRC Talon. So the first positive is it's under 250 grams. Everybody wants an FPV drone under 250 grams. The second positive, it's super zippy. It's more zippy than I even imagined. That caught me by surprise. I didn't think it would be as fast as it is. Of course, HGLRC is going to tell you that the big positive is the injected molded frame, and I would agree with them because it really makes this thing look expensive and sleek. It's super well done. And another positive, no jello in the image. And I guess the last positive is the price. I think for what you get, the price is really decent for the analog version. Now, of course, if you go to digital, you can't avoid a high price in digital because they have to pay for that DJI camera and transmission system. And DJI sets that price. And now let me give you my negatives that I noticed during my flights. Well, the first one would be that when I flip the quad doing flips or anything and you let it fall out of the sky, then give it prop power, you'll get some prop wash. It's normal, all that weight's coming down, it's trying to orient itself and it jitters a little bit. Next negative is they have this goofy chin here to protect the forward cameras. So when I was flying around in my goggles, I did not see the chin, but in the recorded video, as you saw, the chin is there. But that's because I flew in ultra wide video. So if I show you right now, this is ultra wide, that's what you saw in the review. But if I change the setting to wide field of view, well then look, there's no more chin. Do you see a chin? No. So you have to fly it around in wide field of view if you lower the camera to look perfectly straight. Is that a negative? No, not for most people. But if you're like me, I'm kind of a cinematographer because I used to be a professional photographer. So I don't want anything in my image. When I go wide field of view, I just want to see everything. And I guess the last negative, this doesn't apply to me, but it applies to many beginners who will buy this or newbie FPV drone pilots who will buy this. Well, you know, with that injected molded plastic, a newbie is going to destroy it. I mean, they're just going to destroy this because if you keep crashing this into the ground, pavement, concrete, anything, you're going to break the prop guards. You don't need the prop guards. Prop guards are never needed on any FPV drone. They're only there for beginners or for people who want to fly indoors. But for everyone else, there's no need for prop guards. But I think a lot of newbies who buy this, it's very easy to fly, so beginners will be attracted to it, especially with the price. And it flies well and it looks really good. They'll probably crack the frame or break the frame. The good news is you can buy the frame separately. At least I saw it separately, and it's not super expensive, so you could order yourself a frame and just replace it. Now this next one, I really don't know if it's a negative or a positive. You decide. So the flight time. So When I flew this on a 650 milliamp hour LiPo battery, flight time is 3.5 minutes. So 3.5 minutes on a 650 milliamp hour LiPo battery. I also flew it on a 720 milliamp hour 4S LiPo battery, and with this one, the 720, I was getting just over 4 minutes of flight time. If I had flown it on an 850 milliamp hour LiPo battery, no camera up top, I might be getting closer to 5 minutes of flight time. If I flew it with an 1100 or 900, well, I should certainly get 5 minutes of flight time without killing the battery. So I'm going to leave it up to you if you think that's a positive or negative based on the size of this and the type of battery it takes for the flight time. So that's pretty much it. I like it. I really like this quad. It suits my style of flying, so it's really good for me. I don't know about your style of flying. I don't know if it suits your style of flying, but for somebody like me, it's really good. And it reminds me of this quad here. The HGLRC Talon 20, it reminds me of this quad, except this one is more advanced than this one. So I really enjoyed the Talon 20. So now, of course, I enjoy the Talon. All right, folks, if you have questions on the Talon, post them below and I will get back to you with the answers. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will catch you in a future video with many more cool product reviews. Until then, I say bye.